So the purpose of my study was to look at the school nurse's role during disease outbreak. But before I get into that, I want to give you a little background. Utah is one of 17 states that allows parents to exempt their kids from school vaccines based on one of three reasons: medical, religious, or personal. And of these three, personal choice is by far the most common reason parents exempt their kids from school vaccines. And what we're seeing is this pattern of low vaccination rates and high incidence of disease outbreak over the last 5 years. And these are vaccine-preventable diseases. Now, this is especially concerning when you consider the school setting, which is a prime environment for the spread of disease. And school nurses are tasked with managing disease outbreak. But currently, Utah guidelines vary by school district on how nurses should approach this. So in this study, we wanted to know, what are the responsibilities of the school nurse during disease outbreak? What kind of training do they receive? Who are they collaborating with, and what are their concerns? And let me tell you, the school nurses in this study voiced a lot of concerns. But the biggest barrier to the school nurse's role during disease outbreak was this high nurse-to-student ratio. So as you can see, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends one school nurse to 750 students. And Utah averages one nurse to 4,300 students. That's almost 6 times the recommended amount. And these nurses can be spread across 5 to 15 schools. So you can imagine how this could be a barrier during an outbreak when time is of the essence. And this barrier has created a domino effect. For example, the high nurse-to-student ratio impacts the amount of time the school nurse can physically be on campus. And administration often waits for the nurse to visit before reporting a disease. And this delay in communication could be anywhere from days to weeks after exposure, which puts unvaccinated kids who should be excluded from school at risk for spreading disease. So what have we learned from all this? First of all, school nurses are awesome, and they play a central role in managing disease outbreak. But we need to lower this nurse-to-student ratio. Unfortunately, there's not a simple solution to this problem because it requires more state funding. But previous research has shown that school nurses are worth their weight in gold. In fact, a 2014 study determined that for every $1 spent hiring a full-time school nurse, the public saves $2.20 in medical care costs and in preventative work losses for parents and teachers. And with improved ratios, school nurses can actually help prevent the spread of disease, making not only our schools, but our homes and communities healthier and safer. And that is invaluable. Thank you.